Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. Something gross and hilarious that happened today. So today I was at work. I went on my lunch break. I go into Whole Foods and I use the restroom. I never go number 2 at work unless I am forced to. So I enter the bathroom and see that the big stall I normally use has no toilet paper. I enter the smaller stall and do my business. As I am finishing up, I hear another guy enter the bathroom and he gets in the stall with no TP. I instantly think, I wonder where this will go. As I am pulling my pants up, I hear that guy say, "Hey man. Guy next door, can you give me your toilet paper when you are done? There isn't any in here." I just tell him yes and I take the roll out of the holder and roll it into his stall. There was this funny thing where I was trying to figure out which direction to point it in. As I turned it right, the guy said, "Yes, right there." I roll it under and he thanks me. I wash my hands and then leave. That was definitely one of the better interactions I have ever had with a stranger, and in the man's bathroom nonetheless. Lol. I just wanted to share that with someone. It is so hilarious. End of story. Next story. How my childhood friends betrayed me. I got betrayed by my own childhood friends. I just left art class with my friend. Let's call him Jesus. And we were on our way to practice. After a few min, I noticed that my wallet was gone. I thought it was really weird because I would have noticed if I dropped my wallet on the ground. But I didn't think much of it, so I decided to go back and look for it. I found nothing and started to mildly panic, and Jesus was on his way home to change from his white kimono and to get his stuff so we would meet up later. I was really getting annoyed because my phone wouldn't stop ringing and the phone number was unknown. I decided to pick up the phone after this person called me several times. It was a man in his late 40s who called me and asked me if my name was "Let's call me Donut." Donut, I said yes and asked why he had called me. At first I thought it was someone who wanted to sell something, hence why I didn't answer the first time he called. But it turned out that he had found my wallet in another place than at school, so that would mean that someone took it and ditched it somewhere else. I immediately asked if my bank card was there. He said no and I started panicking again. He said he was at Blabla station and that I could pick it up in his restaurant, so I quickly went on a bus to get there. I knew how much money the thieves spent. Where and at what time they spent the money. Through a mobile app. So I called the restaurant owner and told him the information. That about $25 was spent. And he said that there were 3 girls sitting in his restaurant who spent exactly the same amount. At the same time as it showed in my phone. When I arrived at the restaurant, I saw 3 girls. Not any girls. My friends that I've known for so long, and I thought that I could trust them, but that wasn't their case. I started to sob a lil cause I couldn't believe it. They were eating food that they bought with my card. And looked really relaxed, as if they didn't care about hurting my feelings. The girls tried to leave, but the owner blocked the door. I asked him to give my stuff back and they denied everything. I even showed him the proof, but they kept lying. They acted as if they didn't know me and I didn't want to see their faces. I was disgusted. Let's call them C, B and J. C ran away. Now that I look back at it, I really feel embarrassed for C. I was really upset and the owner threatened to call the police if they didn't give me my stuff back. So B took out my card out of her bra, believe it or not, and gave it to me. They were just a minute ago telling me that I was lying and that they didn't do anything. They also acted suspicious. They were fidgety and looked anxiously around, as if where we were standing is the last place on earth they would want to be. They knew the wallet was mine cause my name was written on my bus card and on my bank card and not. A lot of people have the same name as me at school and my last name is very unusual too. The owner also told me that he found my wallet out on the streets outside of his restaurant. So that means that they took my bank card, all of my cash and loose change, and threw my wallet on the pavement for anyone to take, and I also had my club membership in there too, which wasn't their cheapest, and my library card is gone, by the way. Dunno where it is. They should have at least thrown my wallet in the bin if they wanted to get away with it, and the only reason I got my stuff back was that I had my phone number written on my cards. I was still in shock and didn't understand anything that was happening, so the owner gave me a glass of water and told me to call my parents, which I did. Jay didn't even look at me, she was just laughing and having a normal convo with B while I was sad in a dark corner drinking lukewarm water. They didn't care about me or anything like that. I told them I wouldn't report him to the police and that I didn't need the money back because nothing they do can ever fix what they did to me. Jay had the nerve to tell me that I could call the cops if I wanted and that her aunt could fix everything for her. Donut. Surprised Pikachu face. Jay kept saying that she needed to use the bathroom and go somewhere else. And the owner offered her to use their bathroom in the office. Is that a thing? In a restaurant? But anyways, that was just an excuse because she RLY wanted to leave. She insisted on going to the bathroom at her own place but realized that the owner wasn't gonna let her go. Now I was really flustered. I was willing to let them go without paying me back or report them, and this is the thanks I get. And the owner really advised me to call the police, and he talked to my mom about it over the phone. While he was doing that, B came up to me and said that she really was sorry, and I could see that she meant it, and she said that she would do anything I wanted, but at this point I didn't even wanna talk to them. She reached for her pockets and gave me $60 and said I should take it. Money couldn't fix any of this, so I said no, but then the owner got between us and took the money out of B's hands and gave me what they used and gave back the rest to B. Remember Jesus? He called me and said that someone stole $60 from him and that we shouldn't go to practice today. And I agreed. B said that the money she gave me was her Christmas present she got during Christmas OVS. I thought it was really weird for her to explain where she got the money. Like I'm supposed to care. And I accepted the money, and I only got back what was used on my card. All my cash was also missing. And the loose change I had were also gone, and I had a lot of it, but I didn't want to make a fuss about it. They left the restaurant and B was the only one who apologized sincerely, and C literally ran out. And Jay was laughing through the whole situation and pretended not to know me. I sat there for a bit going through everything that has happened in my mind. I decided to go home a little while later, and Jesus was also upset cause he had saved his money to buy a katana and a dozen shuriken. Dunno why lol. We talked about what had happened over the phone. Then I realized that Jesus had hung his clothes next to mine outside of the classroom, so it was possible that the girls also took his money, but I kinda thought it was far-fetched at first. We started to puzzle everything together because we're in the longer art class than the other three girls, so they would have gone out of school earlier than us, in which they could have taken Jesus's and my money. But we weren't sure. Jesus's mom knows B's mom really well, so she called B's mom, and it turned out that B didn't even get a cent for Christmas, which led us to believe that she took Jesus' money. We are going to look through the security camera tomorrow at school, and we'll report him to the police, because in the end I realized that I was letting him off too easily and that I did nothing wrong. All of this seems like something that would happen only in a movie, but I guess it's real enough too. Happen IRL. I just wanna give a big shout out to the owner. God bless his heart, he treated the situation really well without screaming or making anyone uncomfortable. He also took his time to fix this even though he had a lot of customers and amp. Lieutenant 3. I'm actually laughing at this RN and everything I wrote about happened today, and why not post it on Reddit since IRLY don't post anything here anyways. Although I didn't get all of my money back, I learned a lesson. Not to leave your belongings openly, and I also hope that the girls learned their lesson for stealing. It sure will be embarrassing for B to come home to an embarrassed mom. Haha, thanks for reading my story. Zoxo. Donut. Peas. I reposted this and deleted the original 10FC. Peas.2. I'm gonna update you guys on what happened. Revolving light update. Revolving light. Dear Redditors, it's even worse than I thought. Let's call my friend Juicy Buns. Juicy Buns noticed that her wallet was on the hat rack and not in her pockets. I saw that her wallet was up there after art class, but I thought she put it there herself. Which is a RLY weird place to put your personal stuff. But she didn't notice anything that was missing, but she's not sure. And it even gets worse. One of our classmates also got something stolen. I'm not RLY sure what it was. But her clothes were hanging next to Jesus and mine. So it is a big possibility that her stuff stolen by the girls. I got some new info too. See who ran away didn't use my money to buy food, she used her own money. Bust, she still participated. She knew the wallet was mine and that it was wrong to take it. She also ran out ditching J and B when I arrived at the restaurant. Pretty shitty, right? But we told our principal and he interviewed Jesus and me and also Juicy Buns. We asked to look at the security cameras, but OFC there are no cameras where we put our stuff. SMH. But the good part is that B and J admitted to stealing. Or B did at least, and said that J was on it too. The principal called our parents and said that we would continue to investigate tomorrow, cause I wasn't the only one who got my stuff stolen. It was probably even worse for Jesus, who had known BWAAAY longer than I, and their moms also know each other. The principal wants us to report him to the police and all our parents wants us to do it too, but in the end it's our choice, not theirs. Jesus is a bit hesitant because he doesn't want to make everything even worse, but we'll see. We will probably talk to the police tomorrow, and OFC I'm gonna update my brothers. But anyways, Jesus, Juicy Bun and I went to the restaurant where the owner had called me and informed me that he had found my wallet. He was pretty happy to see me and asked if I was feeling better today. And he also remembered my name. He said that he could witness if we needed him to. He also told us where he had found my phone. He was apparently going out for a smoke and then found my wallet on the ground. He said that they probably just threw it on the ground and took the money and then went inside to eat. We ended up eating there and having a good time. We'll see where things go from now on, and I'll update you guys if we get any useful information. I would love to share a pic of what we ate, but I dunno how to include a photo, but it was delicious, yummy face. It was also good that I started to write this post right away when I got home so that I won't forget any details. And instead of telling this story over and over again, which is tiresome, I show this Reddit post instead where I wrote all the details. As I saved a lot of time writing this post and my brain cells can rest easy and assured. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.